Do you ever stop and wonder, not just how much time you might have left after 70, but what kind of life you'll be living in those years? It's not just about adding years to your life. It's about adding life to your years. After 70, every moment becomes more meaningful, and your body begins to drop hints about your future. Some individuals in their 70s radiate vitality, mental sharpness, and emotional resilience, while others begin to experience noticeable decline. What sets them apart? Often, it comes down to key signs, subtle yet telling indicators that paint a clearer picture of your overall health and potential longevity. In this video, we're going to break down 8 signs. Yes, we're taking it one step further that can help you gauge how many vibrant, active years you might still have ahead of you. These aren't myths or random guesses. They're grounded in scientific studies, medical insights, and decades of observation from longevity researchers. By the end, you'll not only understand what to watch for, but also how to respond. Because the truth is, your story isn't finished, and the next chapters can still be full of energy, connection, and purpose. Let's begin. Sign 1. Your ability to stand on one leg. Balance is one of those quiet, behind-the-scenes abilities we rarely think about until it starts to fade. Yet this seemingly simple skill is a powerful indicator of our overall health. In fact, research has shown that being able to stand on one leg for at least 10 seconds is more than just a fun party trick. It's closely linked to a reduced risk of falling, slower cognitive decline, and even a lower risk of premature death. Why? Because balance isn't just about your muscles or coordination. It's a full-body orchestra, requiring seamless communication between your eyes, ears, brain, joints, and nervous system. When one section falters, the whole performance can stumble. Let's imagine 2 women, Helen and Grace. Both are 71 years old. On paper, they're the same age, but in practice, their bodies tell very different stories. Helen is active and mindful of her movement. She practices yoga a few times a week, takes brisk daily walks through her neighborhood, and can balance on one leg while brushing her teeth without giving it a second thought. Her steps are confident, her movements deliberate. She feels connected to her body. Then there's Grace. She used to move through life with ease, but lately she's noticed subtle shifts. She reaches for the handrail more often when using the stairs. She steadies herself against furniture when getting dressed. And when she tries to stand on one leg, she barely makes it a few seconds before wobbling and catching herself. To her, it feels like clumsiness, just a part of getting older. But what Grace doesn't yet understand is that her struggle with balance is her body waving a small red flag. It's signaling that the coordination between her sensory systems, the eyes that track the world, the inner ears that sense movement, the brain that processes direction, the muscles that carry out the command, is beginning to unravel. Here's the good news. This decline isn't set in stone. Balance is a skill, and like any skill, it can be nurtured and strengthened with intention and consistency. So here's a simple test. Stand tall, lift one foot a few inches off the ground, and see how long you can hold the position. No wobbling, no support. Can you make it to 10 seconds? If not, that's okay. What matters most is what you do next. Commit to improving it day by day. Begin by incorporating short balance exercises into your daily routine. Start with heel-to-toe walking, placing one foot directly in front of the other as if walking on a tightrope. Practice shifting your weight from one leg to the other. Consider trying Tai Chi, a graceful martial art known for improving stability, or a beginner's yoga class, which builds strength and awareness in the core and legs. Even small changes like brushing your teeth while standing on one leg can quietly build your balance back one moment at a time. The simple act of standing on one leg may not seem revolutionary, but it holds profound meaning. It reflects the state of your body's internal harmony and your willingness to protect your independence. Your future self, the one who wants to travel, play with grandkids, or simply move without fear, will be grateful you started today. Sign 2. Your grip strength, a window into vitality. Your grip strength isn't just about opening jars or holding a coffee mug. It's a hidden signal from your body, a quiet yet powerful indicator of your overall muscular and neurological well-being. It's the kind of everyday ability most people take for granted until it starts to fade. But here's the reality. Science is paying attention. In study after study, researchers have found a strong link between grip strength and major health outcomes. Lower grip strength is associated with a significantly higher risk of developing chronic illnesses, needing hospitalization, and even facing premature death. It's not just a measure of hand power. It's a reflection of your body's internal resilience and aging trajectory. Let's paint a picture. Tony and Dennis are both 77 years old. On paper, they're the same age, but their bodies tell very different stories. Tony still picks up his guitar every evening, fingers dancing effortlessly across the strings. He gardens in the morning, lifts light weights a few times a week, and insists on carrying his own groceries into the house. His handshake? Firm, steady, alive with energy. Dennis, however, has started noticing subtle but concerning changes. His hands feel weaker. Twisting open a water bottle is no longer a mindless task. It's a frustrating challenge. He tires quickly when doing basic chores, and he's begun dropping things more often. That creeping weakness in his grip isn't just about getting older. It's a flashing red light, hinting at muscle loss, declining nerve function, and increasing frailty. This isn't fear-mongering, it's empowerment. The beauty of grip strength is that it's measurable and improvable. You can test yours right now. Pick up a tennis ball and squeeze it tightly for a few seconds. How strong does it feel? Or, for more precise measurement, try using a hand dynamometer, a simple tool that can track your grip force over time. And if the results surprise you, don't worry. There's plenty you can do to turn the tide. Incorporate resistance training into your weekly routine. Activities like weight lifting, body weight exercises, or resistance band workouts aren't just for athletes. They're for everyone who wants to age with strength and independence. Even non-traditional workouts like gardening, kneading dough, or using hand grippers can make a difference. And yes, even something as basic as regularly squeezing a stress ball can begin to reawaken those dormant muscle fibers. Your hands are not just appendages. They are your lifeline to daily freedom. They help you drive, cook, write, hug, and hold on to the people and passions that make life meaningful. Maintaining grip strength is not just about preserving physical ability. It's about preserving dignity, autonomy, and vitality. So take a moment, squeeze that ball, lift that bag, feel the power in your hands, and know that with consistent effort, that power can grow. Because a strong grip today is a stronger, healthier tomorrow. Sign 3. Your walking speed, a window into your health. How fast do you walk when no one's watching? This seemingly simple question holds more weight than most realize. In fact, walking speed has earned the title of the 6th vital sign, especially among older adults, and for good reason. It's more than a matter of mobility. It's a silent, ongoing assessment of your cardiovascular function, muscular strength, coordination, and even cognitive health. Your walking pace reflects the overall readiness of your body and brain to engage with the world. Let's imagine two women, both 74 years old, Laura and Edith. Every morning, Laura laces up her sneakers and steps out into the crisp morning air. She walks through the neighborhood park with a steady, confident rhythm. Her posture is upright, her gait fluid. She handles uneven ground, curbs, and stairs without hesitation. Her pace isn't rushed, but it's purposeful, a sign that her body is in tune, her heart pumping efficiently, her muscles cooperating with grace, and her mind alert to the world around her. Now picture Edith. Once just as active as Laura, she now moves differently. Her steps are shorter. Her pace has slowed to a cautious shuffle. Getting up from a chair takes more effort than it used to, and even the idea of walking to the corner store feels daunting. She tires easily, avoids crowded sidewalks, and increasingly stays indoors. This isn't merely about growing older. It's a physical manifestation of a declining reserve. Her muscles, once responsive, are losing tone. Her endurance is waning, and the neural pathways that once kept her movement coordinated are starting to falter. This change in walking speed doesn't happen overnight, but when it does, it serves as a wake-up call, a sign that the body's capacity to bounce back, to sustain effort, to adapt to physical demands is shrinking. It's not just about legs and lungs. It's about how the whole system functions together. And the good news? It's not irreversible. If you've noticed your own pace has slowed, it's time to take action, intentionally and proactively. Begin with daily walks, even if they're short. Focus on leg-strengthening exercises such as squats, lunges, and step-ups to rebuild muscle mass and joint stability. Incorporate light cardio like cycling or swimming to boost cardiovascular endurance. Add balance and flexibility training like Tai Chi or yoga to keep your movements fluid and prevent falls. These small, consistent efforts can gradually restore your confidence, stamina, and stride. Remember, how you move through your world reflects how well your body is prepared to keep moving through life. A brisk, steady walk isn't just transportation, it's a statement. A signal to yourself and the world that your vitality is still in motion. Don't wait for your body to whisper. Let your steps speak boldly. Sign 4. The truth about your sleep quality. Sleep isn't just rest. It's a biological necessity, the cornerstone of your physical and mental health. Think of it as your body's nightly reset button. Each time you close your eyes and drift off, your body and brain begin a remarkable, behind-the-scenes process of recovery and restoration. During deep sleep, your brain flushes out harmful toxins that accumulate throughout the day. Your immune system mobilizes to defend against illness. Your heart rate stabilizes. Tissues repair, hormones balance, and memories consolidate. In short, your entire system works to restore balance and prepare you to face a new day with energy and clarity. But when sleep becomes disrupted or chronically insufficient, everything begins to break down. Poor sleep isn't merely an inconvenience that leaves you groggy. It's a silent, insidious threat to your long-term well-being. Mounting scientific evidence links poor sleep to serious health conditions, including cardiovascular disease, Alzheimer's, and other forms of dementia, depression, diabetes. And a weakened immune system. It doesn't just make you tired. It accelerates aging, impairs decision-making, and chips away at your resilience from the inside out. Let's look at a real-life contrast that paints this picture clearly. Imagine two men, James and Alan, both 75 years old. On paper, they may seem similar in age and perhaps even in health history, but their sleep habits set them worlds apart. James has maintained a consistent sleep schedule for years. He sleeps 7 to 8 hours each night, follows a calming bedtime routine, and wakes each morning feeling rested and alert. His energy stays steady throughout the day. His mood is balanced, and his memory remains sharp. Alan, on the other hand, struggles every night. He lies awake staring at the ceiling, drifts off only to wake up several times, and often resorts to long daytime naps just to get through the day. These restless nights and irregular patterns aren't just a nuisance. They're a red flag. The fragmentation in Alan's sleep cycle increases his risk of cognitive decline, heart problems, and emotional instability. Over time, these effects can accumulate and result in serious, irreversible damage. So what can you do to protect this vital aspect of your health? It begins with good sleep hygiene, a collection of small habits that have a big impact over time. Avoid screens, phones, tablets, TVs for at least an hour before bed. The blue light they emit disrupts melatonin production, the hormone that helps you fall and stay asleep. Limit caffeine and alcohol, especially in the afternoon and evening. Caffeine stays in your system far longer than you might expect, and alcohol, while initially sedating, actually disrupts your sleep later in the night. Create a calming sleep environment. Keep your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet. Use blackout curtains, white noise machines, or aromatherapy if needed to support relaxation. Stick to a consistent sleep schedule, even on weekends. This helps regulate your body's internal clock, making it easier to fall asleep and wake up naturally. And if you've already tried all the basics but still wake up feeling drained, or your partner notices loud snoring or breathing pauses during the night, don't brush it off. You may be dealing with an underlying issue like sleep apnea, restless leg syndrome, or chronic insomnia. In these cases, it's critical to seek out a sleep specialist for a comprehensive evaluation. Left untreated, these conditions can silently erode your health. In the end, every restful night is more than just a break from the day. It's an investment in your future. Prioritize your sleep with the same seriousness as your diet, exercise, and doctor visits. Because deep, restorative sleep isn't a luxury, it's a foundation. And the quality of your nights is one of the strongest predictors of the quality of your years to come. Sign 5. Your appetite and eating habits, a silent reflection of your inner health. Your appetite is more than just a biological urge. It's a powerful reflection of your life force, your vitality, and often the very first whisper from your body when something is wrong. While it's natural for eating patterns to shift slightly over time, a noticeable change, whether that's a sudden lack of interest in food, unexplained weight loss, or constant reliance on processed snacks, can be a red flag signaling deeper health concerns. Let's look at two very different journeys. Doreen and Kathy are both 76 years old. On the surface, they seem similar. They've both retired, live independently, and enjoy spending time with family. But when you look a little closer, specifically at their eating habits, you'll notice a sharp contrast in their day-to-day well-being. Doreen embraces her meals. Her plate is a vibrant celebration of color and nutrition. Leafy greens, bright berries, roasted vegetables, and lean cuts of chicken or fish. She drinks plenty of water throughout the day and treats food as nourishment, not just for her body, but for her spirit. As a result, she feels energetic, alert, and emotionally balanced. Kathy's story is a quieter one, but deeply concerning. She often skips meals, claiming she's not really hungry. Instead, she reaches for convenience, packaged snacks, crackers, maybe a sugary treat here and there. Over the past few months, she's lost weight without trying. While she dismisses it as just getting older, her body is struggling. The lack of essential nutrients is slowly wearing her down, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Her muscles are weakening, her mood is flat, and fatigue has crept in her daily life like a silent shadow. Here's the truth. Food is medicine. Every bite you take is an opportunity to heal, fuel, and support your body's intricate systems. But the absence of good nutrition, especially as we age, can accelerate decline in ways that are both subtle and serious. So what can you do? Prioritize balance. Incorporate lean proteins like turkey, chicken, beans, or fish into your meals. These support muscle strength and repair. Embrace nature's colors. Fill your plate with fruits and vegetables that offer a wide range of vitamins, antioxidants, and fiber. Don't fear healthy fats. Avocados, olive oil, nuts, and seeds help with cognitive function and cellular health. Hydration is key. Water plays a role in every bodily function. Even mild dehydration can cause fatigue, confusion, or constipation, especially in older adults. Listen to your body. A change in appetite is not something to ignore. It could be your body's early warning system, alerting you to issues like depression, infection, digestive problems, or even chronic disease. If you notice yourself or someone you love eating less, losing weight without explanation, or simply not caring about food the way they once did, don't brush it off. These changes deserve attention, compassion, and a closer look from a healthcare provider. Your appetite is not just about food. It's a barometer of your well-being, a voice that sometimes speaks softly but carries an urgent message. Pay attention. Take care. Something needs your love and care. Sign 6. Your ability to handle stress. Stress is far more than just an emotional experience. It's a powerful biological force that silently shapes the course of your health, your energy, and even how long you live. While many people treat stress as an unavoidable part of modern life, The reality is that how you respond to it can either safeguard or sabotage your long-term well-being. When stress becomes chronic and unmanaged, it doesn't merely leave you feeling irritable or fatigued. It launches a full-scale assault on your immune system, weakening your body's ability to fight infections and diseases. It fuels systemic inflammation, a hidden culprit behind a host of serious illnesses from heart disease to autoimmune disorders. And perhaps most alarming of all, stress speeds up the aging process at the cellular level, wearing down your biological resilience faster than the calendar ever could. To truly understand the power of stress management, look no further than the lives of Ben and Charles, both aged 78. They've lived through similar decades, faced with responsibilities, losses, triumphs, and trials. But their approaches to stress couldn't be more different. Ben made a conscious decision years ago to nurture his emotional well-being. He spends a few minutes each morning writing in a gratitude journal, reflecting on what he's thankful for, no matter how small. He engages in light meditation, focusing on his breath and quieting his mind. And perhaps most importantly, he understands that asking for help is not a sign of weakness, but of wisdom. He reaches out to family, to friends, to his community, whenever he feels the weight of life growing too heavy to carry alone. Charles, on the other hand, has long internalized his stress. He rarely speaks about what troubles him, convinced that enduring it in silence is a badge of strength. But this silent struggle has taken a toll. His mind races constantly, filled with worry and worst-case scenarios. Sleep often escapes him, and when it does come, it's restless and shallow. His blood pressure has crept up over the years, his energy has declined, and his ability to bounce back from illness or hardship has diminished. The contrast between Ben and Charles isn't merely anecdotal, it's backed by science. Studies show that those who manage stress effectively not only feel better in the short term, but they also enjoy lower rates of chronic illness, improved cognitive function, and significantly longer lifespans. Stress management is not a luxury reserved for the few with time to spare. It is a fundamental, life-sustaining practice. Whether it's 5 minutes of deep, intentional breathing, a quiet walk beneath the trees, or a heartfelt conversation with someone who listens without judgment, these acts are not indulgences. They are essential medicine. So if you're looking for one of the most powerful predictors of long-term health and vitality, look inward. Pay attention to how you respond to the inevitable stresses of life. And remember, resilience isn't about avoiding stress, but learning how to meet it with calm, with clarity, and with care. Sign 7. The power of your social connections. Human beings are inherently social creatures. Our brains, our biology, and even our immune systems are wired to thrive on connection. Relationships aren't just a pleasant part of life. They are essential to our survival and well-being. When we feel seen, heard, and supported by others, our bodies respond with resilience. Our minds grow calmer, our hearts stronger, and our lives richer. On the other hand, disconnection tells a different story, one of silent suffering. Isolation isn't just lonely, it's dangerous. Studies show that chronic loneliness can elevate the risk of depression, accelerate cognitive decline, contribute to high blood pressure, increase inflammation, and even raise the chances of heart disease and premature death. Simply put, a lack of meaningful connection chips away at both emotional and physical health. Consider Evelyn and Diane, both 79 years old. On the surface, they share many similarities: age, life stage, and perhaps even past experiences. But their daily lives tell vastly different tales. Evelyn remains active and engaged. She volunteers at the local library every week, enjoys regular phone calls with her children, and meets friends for coffee and conversation. She finds joy in staying connected, in sharing stories, in being part of something larger than herself. Diane, in contrast, has quietly drifted into isolation. She seldom leaves her home, rarely reaches out to others, and spends most of her days in solitude. There are no coffee dates, no catch-up calls, no spontaneous laughter over shared memories. Over time, the silence around her becomes heavier. Her mood begins to dim. Her sense of purpose fades. Without the nourishment of connection, her motivation wanes and her health gradually declines. The truth is, connection doesn't have to be extravagant or time-consuming to be meaningful. Sometimes, it's the smallest gestures that make the greatest impact. A quick phone call, a walk with a neighbor, a weekly game night, or a shared hobby like knitting or gardening. These everyday interactions, though modest in appearance, awaken a vital part of the human spirit, the need to belong. Social bonds act as anchors in the stormy seas of life. They lift us up when we fall, remind us that we matter, and offer comfort when the world feels uncertain. They're not just companions to pass the time with, they're lifelines. They tether us to the beauty of life, to laughter, to healing, and to hope. So take a moment to reach out. Call a friend, write a letter, join a class, or attend a gathering. Every connection you nurture is a thread that weaves resilience, joy, and meaning into the fabric of your life. Sign 8. Your sense of purpose. Of all the signs that point toward a longer, healthier, and more fulfilling life, this final one, purpose, may very well be the most profound. And yet, it is often the most underestimated. A true sense of purpose acts as an internal compass, quietly but powerfully shaping our choices, our energy, and our outlook on life. It's not always flashy or grand. Sometimes, it's as simple as the reason you get out of bed each morning. But that simple reason can have extraordinary impact. Purpose doesn't have to mean a world-changing mission or a lifelong career. It might be found in the smile of a grandchild, the rhythm of a daily routine, or the satisfaction of lending a helping hand. It could be the quiet joy of writing, the discipline of caring for a pet, or the fulfillment of volunteering in your community. Whether rooted in love, curiosity, service, or creativity, purpose is deeply personal, but universally powerful. Consider two men, Harold and Steve. Both are 80 years old, but their lives couldn't feel more different. Harold begins each day with intention. He tends to his garden, digging his hands into the soil, nurturing life, and witnessing growth. He mentors students at a nearby elementary school, sharing stories, listening, laughing. In the evenings, he writes in a journal, reflections, thoughts, memories, capturing moments that might otherwise be lost. Harold isn't merely passing time. He's participating in life. He wakes with clarity and goes to sleep with contentment. Steve, on the other hand, retired with no plan, no passion to pursue, and no meaningful rhythm to his days. The freedom that once felt exciting slowly turned into a haze of monotony. He drifts through the hours, filling them with television and idle habits. There's no spark, no reason to push forward. As the weeks blend into one another, he finds himself feeling detached from others, from his past self, and from any future he once imagined. Without purpose, time loses its shape. Purpose is not just a feel-good concept. It's medicine for the mind and body. Studies show that people with a strong sense of purpose experience lower levels of stress and depression, enjoy stronger immune systems, and are less prone to cognitive decline. Purpose energizes the soul and structures our existence. It provides not only a reason to wake up, but a reason to keep growing. So take a quiet moment. Ask yourself honestly, what gives my day meaning? What makes you feel alive, connected, useful, or inspired? Maybe it's a project you've set aside for too long, a relationship that needs tending, or a cause that tugs at your heart. Maybe it's something you've never explored before, but have always been curious about. Once you find it, nurture it, protect it, build your life around it, even in small ways. Let it shape your routine, infuse your conversations, and remind you that your presence here still matters deeply. Because when you live with purpose, you don't just survive, you thrive. Now that you discovered these 8 powerful signs, reflect on where you stand. Are there areas where you've noticed decline? Or maybe signs of strength you hadn't appreciated before? The beauty of this journey is that it's never too late to make changes. Take small steps. Strengthen your balance. Rebuild your grip. Walk a little faster. Eat with intention. Sleep deeply. Stay calm. Connect meaningfully. And above all, live with purpose. Your best years might still be ahead. Don't just count your days, make your days count. If this video inspired you, leave a comment with one action you'll take today. And if you haven't yet, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss more content that helps you thrive in every season of life. We're honored you joined us, and we're cheering you on every step of the way.